I believe in you.
Damn, the vocals
Did it actually sound good?
caught me off guard real quick. I thought that was still the. I thought that was still the. Oh, look at the dad hat. Look at the dad hat.
This thing?
Okay.
This little
Okay.
thing? This little
Okay.
thing?
I see that. At first, I was like, "Is that for me or?"
You
But
know,
no, I get it.
this little thing, bro. I even got a dad sweater. I got a.
Did you?
My wife got it for me.
Did you
Uh
get her a mom one?
oh fuck, I did. Where is it?
That's what's up.
Hold
You
on,
guys are so. You guys are so cute.
hold on. I actually got my wife a one like for moms. But
Wild gaming. What's good? What's going on, man?
hold on, it hasn't shown up yet.
You ordered it and it's not in yet.
Yeah,
You got time. I mean, you got some time.
I mean, I think I did.
You didn't hit party.
You know what I'm saying? I thought I got a mom established one. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What's up, Plato? How are you, brother? Dude, I'm actually kind of tripping because I actually got misread a sweater from Etsy, but it says established in 2023,
Nice.
but it's never hasn't come in yet. I don't know how long it's been. You just reminded me, bro. I might have got scammed.
Matter, bro. Etsy is a scamming type of place, bro. You don't have an Etsy store?
I know you do. I know you told me you do.
So weird.
Are you
I haven't sold one thing ever in my life.
we haven't sold one thing still.
No. I pay 99 cents a month to keep it going. I was like, you know what?
Hey,
If it happens, it happens.
if it
If not,
happens, that's $12 a year.
yeah,
And anything you could always promote it on our channel here. You
I'll
know,
write it out. I don't even remember what's on there, honestly.
it's shirts.
Yeah, yeah. Is it? Yeah, I think so.
You never know. Your Etsy store could be the foundation for our merchandise.
You know what? I should probably order something from it and see what it actually looks like. I have not
But
even ordered my
you
actual
haven't even
stuff.
sampled your own stuff yet.
No, I haven't. Is that not how you're supposed to do it? I don't know how you're supposed to do it.
So I've been trying to do test runs on merchandise for like a year now, and I haven't put up my store or anything yet. And I literally have like 4 samples, and they all came out crappy because the shirt is bad. You got to find the right shirt style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
wonder. I wonder if they sell like that essentials type. I like the oversized tees nowadays. I don't know if that's coming back or what, but like baggy clothes are just so much more comfortable than fitted shit. Honestly,
wait, would you go back to fitted jeans? I mean, baggy jeans,
baggy. No, I don't think I can do
just the
baggy
shirts.
jeans. The shirts. The
Yeah,
shirt.
I
Yeah.
tried doing the shirts like the essential style. I mean, I have essential clothing, but I usually get them smaller, run smaller so they don't go too big over like me. I don't know. I just feel weird about the big sweaters.
No, I get it. I don't. I think I feel just more comfortable. 'Cause I'm a bigger dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah. More you're well rounded.
I'm well rounded in the places that don't matter.
I I mean, hey, bro, I get it. I get it. It's just for me. It
Bro,
looks like I look like a little kid.
that's because you're Asian, bro.
Well, I'm a dad now.
Asians
You
don't
know,
rate.
I gotta put some respect on my body. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. Um,
Dad. You should have got had this at dad bod. That would have been
shit, that would've been sick. Maybe I'll do that. But
Bro, I
everybody,
want to talk to you about something real quick
yeah.
before we get into the
And
topic.
good
Only
morning,
because
everybody.
we literally just brought it up and it's work related. I don't know if you want to talk about work, but like compliance is fucking weird, bro. Like getting to compliance and trying to get into compliance.
Bro, I hate
Uh,
compliance, bro.
you hate it?
Yeah.
What were you in compliant with? Like I'm doing a mix of like company compliance as well as like state regulated compliance, just in kind of mixing both.
So,
Should I just stick to one or?
okay, in my opinion, oh shit, did you hear that? Compliance, in a way, is the same thing but different regulations in industries.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So, like for me, my compliance is more internal. So for the chat who doesn't know, and then for Boots, kind of give more clarity on what I kind of do still, but what my responsibilities for the last like 5 years was. I oversaw the the compliance for my company. So I ran the entire department. Basically, my job was to one identify, create and streamline audit processes. Basically, okay, this is what we do in our locations. This is what we need to audit our teams to make sure that they're doing X, Y, and Z. And it wasn't,
Yeah.
and a little bit of it was like, okay, according to like state regulations, but most of it was for our internal stuff. Like, okay, we said this is how the training is. My job is to
Yeah.
make an audit to make sure you motherfuckers are doing X, Y, and Z. And I did that for
Man,
years.
saying it out loud sounds so boring.
But the cool thing that you were telling me is that there's a difference between doing something like that and like executing it versus creating it. Does that make sense? Creating
No,
it
yeah,
is
and
much more fun.
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm creating a whole process to audit, and it's weird because safety. I'm in safety, so safety is such a gray area where you have to like. There's internal audits that can be done, but also we have to stay in compliant with like federal and state regulations. And so it's like mixing both of them. Again, this is probably sounding so fucking boring, but it's
No.
it's it's interesting because I gotta like create it. And so I'm actually that's why I was in Phoenix. I was in San Jose yesterday. Um, so they got me going around different sites because I think it's a good idea. But yeah, it's cool creating stuff, bro.
No.
And what's even better is that these sites like they see me and they're just like, oh shit,
Oh, you like the
he,
fear.
he's here.
You like the fear.
I'm like, yes, bitch.
So, to be honest, like that part is fun. And uh, look, every company needs compliance. Like you have to have some type of compliance or some type of
Right.
checks and balances. So
Right.
this will go very far. And a lot of people, it's not all heroes wear capes, Boogs. Not all
I think
heroes wear capes.
I think what got me like not shook, but I'm trying to be very careful with this, and like I do have the blessing from my director, but like if I go too far, not too far, but if I go and create like a super strict like audit, for example, they may be like, all right, maybe we do need a compliance person, and this fool that has no experience and he's creating as he goes, like let's bring in someone else, and so that's where like I'm treading really lightly, like I don't want to make it super complicated to where they're like, oh, this is not our guy, because they would have to bring in like a you, right? Someone who has 5 years of experience in compliance, and then they would want that person to run it. And I don't want that, right? Like I'm making this up, and I don't want them to be like, this is such a great idea. We should get a real professional to do it. Thanks, Bugs.
Hey, this might go on the record. Like we could probably delete this later. So obviously, I'm not gonna name my company. But I'm asking you a question. When in terms of you creating this audit, do you have to make it like a digital thing that people have every single person has to take in a specific role? Is it a piece of paper that they walk around and do like once a month? Like what is the plan? Or did they give you any expectations? Like this is what the end goal is.
So I'm creating it from scratch. So I'm trying to make myself as irremovable as possible, right?
Mhm.
So I could easily create like a digital platform and just be like, here, take this, and make sure that you're compliant with it, and I'll check in with you in 3 months or whatever. But I sold my company on I should physically be there to run this audit,
Oh
and
shit. So
that
you're the
way,
one doing the audit, not like you're not making it to give it to people to do the audit, like the like local, I don't know, individuals say, okay, you're responsible for your team. So here's the audit that you have to conduct.
yep.
So which one is it? Are you doing it or the other people are doing it?
So I'm doing it, and then I am allocating one of their resources as my main point of contact, and I'm creating a biweekly meeting to ensure compliance.
Oh, they're fucking gonna hate you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I have some stuff that you can use as a template for like, so basically it's formatted could help. I don't know. It's up to you. It can help you. So basically, you just remove the questions that I ask and just put your own, and then it has a scoring card.
Questions you ask, I'll just fucking take your name off and put my name on it.
No, but
What's
but
the
it,
big
but
deal?
it, but it doesn't ask anything about your world. It's asking questions about my
Oh,
world. So you just need to put,
okay.
okay, here's a question we ask, and there's like scoring and there's points allocated. and there's a scoring thing on the bottom, and then I created a like a resource guide. So basically, here's your audit in one hand, like a paper, and then if they fucking fail, whatever it is, here's another piece of paper that they refer to say, okay, if I didn't do this, this is the actions I'm supposed to take.
I like what is your like this is super going into work world. What is your like repercussions? Like if one of your sites is failing, is it a rubric or like hey 50 you're cool but I'll talk to you later, 70 you're good I don't need to talk to you in 6 months, or 90 like all right you're
Oh,
fucking
oh,
fucked.
okay. So basically, we have a scoring range of one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. One means perfect. Two means above average. Three means you're just doing your job. Four is you need immediate improvement. Five is this place fucking sucks, basically. And
Right.
then most sites do get like a three or two. But if you get a four, so basically, if you're four, so our eight cadences every month an audit takes place, no matter what. Doesn't matter when it happens, it has to happen once a month. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you fail it, you have to have an action plan by the next week to provide to the person who missed the audit.
This is gonna be embarrassing, but I think my headphones just died.
Oh, but I can hear you clearly. But there's yeah, let's audit that. Uh, earring or nerd. Yeah, so technically a four is bad in my at my company. But you have to remember, we have like 20. I have 2,300 sites.
2,300 sites.
Yeah.
That's hell of sites.
Yeah, but we have 112 individuals who conduct these audits though. So I just create the audit and I create the program behind it and then they execute it.
That's why you're a contractor, because you want to be a contractor because you've done it already on site and now you're ready to kind of hand it off.
Yeah, and then I can do YouTube.
That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna do it like this because my headphones died and I forgot to charge them. That's my fault.
Hey, you
Can
know
you hear
what?
me okay?
And you sound fine, bro. I'm just telling you right now. For some in your position, this is huge. It's a lot of responsibility and pressure. But if you come up with something that they can at least start with, and then you guys, because it's gonna be a lot of trial and error. You're gonna identify new things. You're gonna add new things, and you being the person in charge of creating it, you're gonna be piloting it. Piloting it means you're the one testing it and identifying what works, what doesn't work, and making changes. You're gonna be around for a while doing it because they're gonna try to perfect it, and they're gonna figure out, okay, Danny, if the site doesn't work, what's the action plan? And if that doesn't work, then okay, let's go move to this, and you keep going back and forth and figure out until it's right.
Exactly. That is called job security,
That
baby.
is. So if you need some stuff, again, our worlds are different in terms of industries, but it's the same thing what you're looking for.
It might blur a little bit only because I just took on security responsibilities.
If you need security
So
shit too, you let me know.
yeah. So I'm doing like business continuity,
Oh God.
as well as safety.
G-
Yay! Oh,
Like,
dude,
but safety, like OSHA safety, right? Or like more of like,
both, and that's what I'm blending, right? It's
oh,
the company as well as OSHA, and I'm OSHA certified already, so I can speak to OSHA regulations, both state and federal, and then what's going on in the actual company and our current policy and standards and stuff like that, and it's kind of like blurring together. It's just a lot. It's like a
oh
lot
yeah.
of information.
So my audit has 5 categories that we look at: safety and security. One is called developing great teams and partnership because we're all about like, hey, how's talent in your site? And then we have compliance, which is OSHA regulated, and then we have um, security protocols, and then one more other one, mitigating theft. So we have like 5 categories with like 10 questions each. Boom, 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 and then it goes into a final scorecard. So
Yeah,
you want it? You tell me. What's up, Benji?
I want to cut it, send it. Let's
Okay, I'll
do
send it
it.
to you, but you have to remove everything related to my company on there. Like literally everything. You can't have any of my branding on there or nothing.
Bro, all right, cool. No, that's dope. That's dope. And that's literally, dude. That's why I have not been able to hit you up all week for
No, dude.
topics.
What? Yeah. If I could at least help you with like, hey, here's a foundation that you can kind of just add your ideas to. And again, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least you have a tool and reference. And then if they ask you, how'd you figure this out, Boogs? Great thing. I worked with
Off,
other. I
off.
I've worked. I yeah. Here's what I have. I work with other industry leaders, and I have some contacts there. We kind of I had their ideas on what they do. Oh, dude, they find out you partner with other people to figure out what they do. They'll be like, oh my god, Daddy, Boogs has has partnerships with other companies. That's great. I'm just saying it could be a thing. But yeah, whatever you
How did
need.
how did they do it again? I didn't see it.
Like
I
this,
wasn't watching. What?
like
How did
this,
they do it? I
like
didn't.
this,
Oh,
like a shake weight. You know?
oh God,
Yeah, they use a shake
God.
weight like this.
I use my left hand. Can you see? I need a visual with the left. There you go. There we go. That's what I wanted to see.
We'll be this the whole stream.
The whole stream bet, dude. Your biceps will look amazing. You're watching it come home like, dang, baby, you work out? No, I was on camera with bugs all day. It's got kind of weird.
What's up, Benji? Alex, Plano. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Thank you for joining me and Books today on our weekly episode, the All Bad Show. I realized that the topic on the is still saying the new dad vibes. We have a different topic today, and with the individuals here today, we have a couple questions for you. And Books, what is my topic gonna say? Living.
Make it more cool, man. Like, make it like, where you from?
Oh, how about that? Where are you from?
Where you from? And the reason why I brought this topic up, honestly, man, I'm influenced by social media, right? And a lot of times these videos come up, and there's this fucking funny ass video, and I should have queued it up before I talked about it, but it's like these Mexican dudes are chilling like in LA, right? Like on the block. And one of them like just moved to LA. And so like this gangster starts walking down the street and he looks at him and he's like, "Hey, I say, where you from?" And the guy was like, "Well, originally I'm from Connecticut, and I transferred. I was a military baby, and I went to Texas, and then I was stationed in Fairfield. And you know what? I didn't really like the weather up there in Northern California, so I wanted to try Southern California." And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Is
I
it
was,
a TikTok? Is it a like? Is
I
it
don't.
a YouTube clip? Like,
It was a show. It was something. It had to be on Instagram. I only do Instagram,
oh, that's right.
and
Yeah.
it was just fucking hilarious, bro. And he was just like, "What's not where you from? Like, what set you from?" He's like, "I don't act. I'm not."
Oh hell no! Oh, let me see if I can find that essay. Asked like, let me see. Um,
Dude,
I'm gonna
it's hell,
I'm gonna make one attempt to see if I can find it.
dude.
It says essay.
Pasta was
What
good,
set you from?
dude. And it just triggered me, like, not triggered me to the point where I was like, "Hey, I want to be a Mexican gangbanger," you know what I'm saying? But it triggered me for a topic like, man, where you from? And I say this because where you're from isn't always originally like where you're from, because eventually, like my area code, like my cell phone area code, is San Diego, right? Because I love San Diego and I was out there for 5 years. But like, why did we leave? Like, where we came from, right? And how did we get there? Do you ever talk to your parents about that shit? Like, because you're their first generation, right? Immigrants.
Yeah, my parents first generation immigrants. Yeah, yours are too, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so I actually been like recently just been talking to like my parents about like what they did when they got here, and like some of the job, only because like, our jobs, right, as I get more and more involved in my career, I think about like where I came from. Like, man, I was in a world of recruiting, I did sales, and now I'm a safety manager. Like, it's just weird. So I wanted to see like my dad. He retired 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and I was just like, dude, how did you know like that's what you wanted to do for 30 fucking years? You know what I mean? Like, you did that job for 30
Same
years,
company, right? Same job, same company.
same company, same job, same commute, and I'm over here like, hey, I got this job as a safety manager. Now I'm trying to create a compliance manager. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I not just like cool, just being like where I'm at? So it kind of just tied into. So where you from is not
No,
just like location, but kind of all that, right? Because it just kind of ties into it. I just thought it was an interesting topic.
yeah, that is a really good topic because like going backstory on me. So I've been with my company for 11 years, and I've had a couple jobs before that. Um, like we worked together like 90% of my jobs before that. Yeah, shit, it's kind of crazy, bro. We actually worked together in multiple jobs beforehand, but like when you said that topic about you know how did people do that for so long, it's very hard to find like a place. Like, at the end of the day, like I never thought I'd be doing this when I graduated college, bro, or even just going to high school. I didn't think about that. I just cared about money,
Yeah,
and
of course.
and then I don't know the reason, and trust me, bro. I always thought about this when it comes to like jobs, like our generation now, like just me and you and the newer generation, they believe in like you go to new jobs, continue to hop. Like, yeah, not saying this is everybody, but compared to what our generation, our parents' generation was, like they stuck to one job, continue to grind it. They didn't say, okay, like I need to make more money by so I can apply, Google. Like it wasn't like that back then. My mom she started as a clerk at she came to America. She started as the people at this downtown city halls where you come and pay your bills and she would take your money and put in the register or whatever. You pay your electricity, whatever. You pay
Yeah.
your whatever. Now it's all online. But my mom worked all the way up to be the financial director of the city after 20 something years, maybe almost 30 years. And she retired 4 years ago. My mom retired at 59 or 60. So she retired, but to me, it was like, damn, she committed to that. Like, I don't know if I could stay at a company for fucking 30 years because you know how those internal raises, like, you get like a 2%, 2%, like, like that. And I don't know, like, the reason why I stayed, or, well, I mean, technically I left, I'm a consultant now, but the reason why I stayed for so long was for me personally, I, bro, it took me a long time to grow up. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to grow up and learn the
And
traits.
they were there for you while you were growing personally, and
Yeah,
they helped you
yeah,
grow. Right?
yeah. And again, I've been taken care of by the company, but I'm sure I could be making way more if I kept hopping around with the experience that I was able to obtain. But I don't know. I think it's for most people they leave. And this is for jobs specifically. You never leave because of the job that you do. You leave because of the people you work for. So,
Right.
like that's my opinion. So for me, I've been in a really good place and blessed with doing that. Um, and I don't know, I'm content right now. And honestly, if I ever were to go back to the corporate world, I'd probably go back to my company
Yeah.
because I
And
just
I think that's a really good word, content. Like you're content with where you're at, and so I think you and I like we're in that millennial type age group where it's like
are we
we're
millennials?
I don't know, we're like creating like processes for younger generations, right? So we're like the mix. We're a mix of both, right? The younger generation and the older generation. And you're right, like the older generation, they do stay at companies for 20, 30 years. Whereas the newer generation, if what you're looking for, like for you, your goal was money.
Yeah,
If your goal is money, the fastest way to get more money is to find another company that values your skill set more,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
it's jump around every year to get a 10% increase in your salary rather than wait for your annual salary increase, which is sometimes maxed out on like 3%.
yeah.
I don't I don't get 3%. I get more than that. I'm just saying
Oh,
on
oh,
average.
oh, oh. I get like 3.5. Like if you get like a average like year, you get like 2.5.
I got 5.8 my first annual with this company.
Oh, you know what I've done?
So
You know what I did?
just starting out.
I supposedly had an offer at another company supposedly, and like, hey, if you guys want to match it, they're like, oh, really? I was like, please God, don't ask me for that letter, because I don't got one.
I mean, like lawfully they can't ask for
No, they
that. So
can't. They can't. They just ask me what the offer was or discussion was, and then they go from there.
exactly,
But
exactly. So
can
yeah,
I ask you a question? So you made a point like our parents' generation they stuck to one job for so long, right? And again, remember, and someone brought this up to me. That generation back then was all about surviving versus how we grew up. You know what I mean? Like technically, our parents put us in a better place just by being here. And not in the Philippines or whatever the country is, but more coming here to like make sure that hey, we have more opportunities than they had.
yeah,
So my mentality was like my parents came here to survive and work to survive. Um, and then for us, it's now about creating generational wealth, if that makes sense. Basically, we want to make sure that our kids are set up versus hey, they have the opportunities now. It's just us making sure like hey, we're making money so they can be taken care of, like buying homes, right? Like buying houses and doing all these things, investments to make sure that our kids are set up. Like I feel like but now the later generation, bro, I don't know. Is it just me being an old man? But fuck, some of these people like now, like I've interviewed so many kids. And when I say kids, I'm not saying like little kids. I'm interviewing kids who are like fresh out of college, fucking entitled. Like, hey, no offense to anybody in the chat, You know what I'm saying? But what the freak? Like kids are like, yeah, I want 6 figures. I'm like, oh great, like because obviously you can't ask them what they make now. Like you can't ask them that. But you could ask them what are they looking for, and they will come out with some crazy shit. I'm like, uh, yeah, like oh, I can only work these days. Like what?
Because that's what they're taught. And that's what I think we talked about it like the last couple episodes. But like the generation is coming up is kind of soft, bro. Like that's how it is, bro. Like they're taught like if they ask for something and they don't get it, like they'll just keep asking everywhere else until
bro,
somebody does.
bro, Hassa said no offense, Mitt Mitt. The dick, Hassa.
It.
I only farmer, but no, I agree. Is soft the right word?
I don't know. It could be looked at as genius, right? Like if you're gonna ask
I
for
didn't
six
hire any of
figures
them.
with no experience, and eventually you get it, like you're soft if you don't if you end up like homeless and you have no job, right? But if you get a company to give you 6 figures on zero experience, that's kind of
That
genius, bro.
yeah.
That's pretty.
What do you? I mean, your first like job outside of restaurants. What do you remember your first offer and how much it was?
Yeah, it was $39,998.87.
So I think mine was the same with you when we got hired together. And okay, if we think about that, right? 39,000. Let's say 40 grand. Let's say 40 grand a year, right? Divided by 2080. You were making $19 an hour your first job. We would not survive on that at all.
That was in 2009, bro. Like, think about that. That was like in 2009 when houses, like, you can get a house for like 180,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, 19 wasn't bad. Like at the time, like my rent, I remember my rent. My rent was $700 for a 2 bedroom, one bath apartment. Can you imagine
Actually,
finding a
it's not
fuck
that's not bad because you think about it. If you're making 40 grand a year, that's about 3 grand a month. Technically, you're making in cash.
about? Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, the taxes and everything, right? You think about taxes too, though. But still, yeah, yeah. So you could okay, cause so like I saw a survey, and this is just another added context. But basically, over the last 5 years, the average income in the United States has gone up 27%, which is great, right? But but another person said, but the houses,
inflation is
but
190.
well, but houses have gone up 148%.
Yeah, like it's not keeping up.
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Not keeping up.
So and to back to our point about people wanting more money, I honestly I feel like people, if you try to get money, you get your money. Like do what you got to do to get your money if you're trying for jobs.
Yeah,
But like it's hard because like me and you, like I feel like to get to the salaries we are now and the money, like it took us years to get there, bro. Like build our skill sets, the experience that we have, and
yeah.
sometimes it makes me go like, what's like I used none of this shit in college. like I think I do, but I didn't learn anything in college. So like I don't know, that's a whole different topic, but um yeah, man, I just feel like I don't know, is it the new generation doing it better than we did? But are they too soft? Like I don't know, man. Like the world is
Um,
changing, bro. The world is changing and the generations are changing.
it is, and you know what? I'm gonna live through it through my kids, cause I'm
Okay,
gonna give like my old school shit and just like let them know how it can pertains to like what they got going on, and then they got to figure the rest of it out. And I think that's the hard part being a dad, bro. Is just like you can only give them the tools and then like let them you have to like let them trial and error, and it's so hard, bro. It's so hard to like just not control shit and
yeah,
just be like, you got to do this, you got to do that, because in all the Hallmark movies that shit will make your kid resent you, and then you won't talk to them for 100 years. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So it's
fair. That's fair. So this is kind of going a different topic because you said I'll give my kid the tools, but when I was younger, my of course kids are kids, right? Teenagers. I got spanked. I was I don't know if
like,
spanking is the right word. I got my ass beat basically, right? But like borderline, like okay. I'm assuming the same thing happened to you. Your dad used the belt, things like that, right?
yes, I did.
So I don't my son out here. Have you guys ever had to discipline your kids in any way like that?
I actually did it once. I actually did it once to my two boys, my two older boys, and it was weird, bro. Like it felt weird, and I don't know if I got the like the right message came with, and I don't think I would do it again. But so for context, right? So it was middle of the summer, and the kids were just full on like they were being babysat by their grandparents. They were like disrespectful, and like my dad, so their grandpa wanted them to, like, school's about to start in 3 weeks, like get them back into some type of like
Okay.
education, whatever, right? And so we started having them read, right? Reading is like the easiest for the new parents out there. Having your kids read and enjoy reading is the hardest thing. I hated reading. But like now that I'm an adult, like I get why like my parents pushed reading anything, right? It could be a comic book, it could be um anything, right? And it's not like what they're reading, it's the practice that they're getting in their brain, being able to process information that they're visually taking in and creating like that story that they can regurgitate. Like, tell me what happened. Like comprehension, reading comprehension.
That's real?
Um, bro, it's so real, bro. Because think about it. If you can read like a comic book and you remember, like I remember everything that happened in all the X-Men comics, all that shit because I read it. As I get older, right? Like if you're reading like work instructions, or if you're reading like job description, or if you're reading like salary negotiations, like shit like that, like you have to understand what you're reading. Otherwise, you get fucked, right? There's legal loopholes. There's fucking biannual bonuses that you're gonna miss out on. Like, there's a bunch of shit in the fine print that if you're not able to comprehend reading, anyway, that's later down the line. But anyway, that's
But before you continue on. All right, fair. But you know how like with me and you, we'll sign up for something and it goes, "Hey, please read these terms and agreements and press accept." Are you the guy who reads them and then presses accept, or do you just press accept?
depending on what it is, bro. Like, it really depends on what it is, right? So like my house, I have an HOA, right? Did I read the fine print when I fucking signed on for HOA? No. And so when I started doing shit like fucking my backyard landscaping, I started doing it all myself. I get a knock on the door like,
No.
"Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "The fuck you think I'm doing? I'm doing shit to my house." And they're like, HOA violation." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So did I wish I read the fine print? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay. Fair. Fair. So basically, I need to read my fine print about HOA. Okay. Okay. But continue on.
reading comprehension, right? So I gave the kids an assignment to read, and I wanted that when I got home from work, I told them that I want them to tell me what they read. They did it for like a day, and then the following day, they said they read, but they couldn't remember, and I was like, okay, that's weird. The third day, they just flat out, "Dad, we didn't read," and I was fucking pissed, and my girl, I was so mad, and I was like, "You're gonna get a fucking spanking." Like, and I don't even know if I said it right. I don't even know how to set this up. Like,
Wait, because they
you know,
didn't read.
because they deliberately, like, they deliberately didn't do what I asked, and it's an easy ask,
Were they
bro. Like,
busy?
I'm not asking them to read the encyclopedia, dog. I literally like go pick a fucking book and read whatever the fuck you want. Just tell me about it when I get home. And they didn't even read the book. I was pissed. And dude, it was one spank. It was one
With your
spank on
hand?
each of the with my hand. It was one spank. My bro, my eldest son, he didn't take it well, right? Like
Was he
he
crying?
was just he was destroyed by it. My second son, my middle child, he was like pissed off. He was he was pissed off, bro. And he was like, with the Wallace, no, I didn't use the broom, bro. I wanted to. I should have. I could have used the broom, but I didn't. I didn't. But I see where you're going, Hosta.
And
um,
you felt bad, but did it work? Like, did they read the next day?
they did. So like, there's pros and cons, right? And I don't know, bro. Like, I felt shitty. I felt shitty as a dad
Okay, so
that I
what do you think? Let's say the same situation happened. What is the next situation? Like, what would
it's
you
hard
do?
because it already happened, and it's something that you can never take back, right? Like, they know the consequence, right? And I don't like using fear at like my
My
dad.
dad
He
used fear.
was fear, right?
Fucking
Like,
fear.
oh, you me motherfucker, because you about to get your ass beat. But I didn't want to. I don't want to be feared by my kids. I want to be respected. You know what I mean? Like so,
Fair, fair.
and it's like now it's like it's always gonna be a mix of both. Like even that was like I don't know how many years ago that was. That was like 5 years ago when they were
So,
no, that was like
so what?
3 or 4 years.
So if you could replay that day, right? What would you have done differently? And do you think it would work?
It's hard because like
Oop.
would it have worked? Yeah, I think if I but then like I don't okay, one, I don't want to be feared.
Yeah.
Two, I want to be respected. And three, I don't want to be resented. And I think that's like it's so parenting is like a blend of all those three things. And if I just like took away their tablets or took away their gaming systems or took away their TV time, you would get resented,
Yeah.
right? Because like man, fuck, like what else am I gonna fucking do for the whole day? You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get that attitude. Whereas like I think now I just try to teach like everything I just spewed off the mouth, right? Like fucking reading comprehension is important for
Yeah.
this. Even though they don't hella understand it, I'm gonna explain it to them anyway, and I want them to ask me questions. And dude, it's hella important to like bring your kids out like out of the house. So like driving down the city and seeing homeless people and like you don't know the homeless people's story, but neither does your kid, right? And so I can make up that shit. And I'll be like, if you don't fucking read your book, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna fucking live on the street. And like it's horrible, not horrible, but like you're bringing context to what you're asking. You know
That's a
what I'm
good
saying? Like,
idea. I think me and my wife will do that with our son. So if he doesn't read, well, if he doesn't like listen to us, instead of spanking, we'll drive him to the homeless encampment and say, "Hey, this is gonna be you if you don't read and go to school."
I think it's all context, bro. Like it's all context. Like if they don't understand, like if I go home, I'm like, hey, I want you to read the fucking encyclopedia because I said so. Like they're not gonna do it. They don't give a fuck.
I literally
But if I
read the encyclopedia A through Z as a kid.
no, you
I swear to
you
God,
not fuck.
I asked my mom. I read them, literally because they're hella interesting. But I was like 8, 9 years old.
It's interesting. The encyclopedia.
Yeah, I literally read from A to Z. I asked my mom. It was the gold encyclopedia that those people door to door salesmen will sell you. I literally read all of them.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I'm gonna ask
Ask
her.
my mom. She'll tell you I did.
But I think giving them context and letting them see like real world shot type shit because it's true. Like YouTube, social media blinds
Yes,
everyone because
it's a
they're putting.
way different than we were. Like we didn't have social media back then, so like kind of scares me. So, Pasta, do you spank your kids? Is it awkward to ask somebody on thing? I just want to know. Like again, we're not saying like child abuse spanking, but like more. Hey, we can't hear you, Books. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, cool. He does. Okay, okay. Pasta, are we talking like? Okay, this is a safe space. Okay, safe space.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, no, there's no feds here. You know,
None.
are we talking about? I mean, I was built like that too. I still got scars on the bottom of my leg, but are we talking about belts? We talking about hands? We talking about a wooden spoon, the Wallis, or a 2x4? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been hit by all those things. I've been spanked with a 2x4, bro. A fucking 2x4 piece of wood. Like
The-
my dad literally picked up anything he could find. It was a 2x4 on the outside and just hit me with it.
have you ever been asked to get the spanking material?
Yeah, yeah. So
I did it. God, bro. My dad was like, "Go get the belt," and I went to get the belt. I took my mom's belt. It's like this
oh, he's a little skinny one.
fucking A, bro. He made that shit work though.
Dude, that is a really good
Yeah.
scare tactic. Like basically, hey, what did you say to me? Go get the belt. Go get it. And then you have to walk to your item of spanking.
I should have like picked like a fucking feather or like cotton shit or some shit like that. Like it would have been funnier. But
What's up, Lambo? He said he uses his hand, open hand, and when the kids threaten to tell their teacher you are child abusing them, then you tell them to go ahead. Then they will get new mommy and daddy. That will be worse.
yes,
Oh,
Out context. Yes,
That's some
like
good context.
give them the real. This is what's gonna happen. Let them figure it out.
You said the walls of slipper was your nemesis back then, dude. Wait, dude.
Well,
Wait, time out. Is there really a risk of like, let's say you spank your kids with the open hand, right? Like,
yeah.
what if they really went to their first grade teacher and said, "My dad spanked me"? Will child services come to my house?
It depends on the teacher. It depends on the teacher, honestly. If it's like one of those woke new, you know what I mean, like those young in the teacher, they might just call child services. If it's an older teacher or a teacher that actually they respects discipline and stuff, they might just have a conversation during a one-on-one or parent teacher conference. It all depends, bro. You just never know. That's the thing. That's a gamble.
Seriously,
Yeah,
that's how it is.
that's how it is, dog.
It wasn't like that before. I would come. I remember one time, me and a couple of friends. I used to walk home to school, and then there it would be technically a 40-minute walk, but there's railroad tracks that we can cut and climb over that will cut the walk to 15 minutes. It's illegal. You can't. It's like you can't walk over railroad tracks.
Yeah.
So we walk over the railroad tracks, and there's a cop sitting on the corner. I'm like, ah, crap! And he pulls us over, and we're sitting there. We're getting tickets. My dad drives by, and you can see my dad's face like this. He's driving. He looks out the window.
Yeah.
He pulls into the park, and he goes,
Fuck.
"Hello, officer. What's going on here?" He goes, "Oh, they were trespassing on the railroad tracks." And my dad looks at me, and goes, "Are you serious? Wait till we get home." And then the cop goes, "It looks like you and your dad got this. You can go." He didn't give me a
Because that's
ticket. All my friends got tickets, and then he goes, "Oh, yeah, you can go with your dad. It's fine. Like it looks like you got things handled with your son." Oh my god! Like the cop was like,
that's
"Yeah,
it was like, oh,
this is worse."
that's weird.
So like, yeah, I mean, like now, yeah, like yeah, I mean, back then, I mean, again, when I grew up, like, I mean, I wasn't like a bad kid. I just was wild. Like I would,
Yeah.
you know, egg people's houses and things like that, and
That actually brings me to like the real topic that we wanted to talk about. I think I think like a lot of times when we do stuff like that as kids, it's where you're from, right? Like where you're from, who you hang out with, like what is there to do. And so I wanted to go into that since you kind of started it a little bit with like walking on the railroad tracks and stuff like that. Like you're originally from Northern California, like what did you do there? Why did you want to leave there? And obviously you're not there now.
yeah, no,
So
well, the reason why I left that area was because work opportunities. Like there was nothing there. Like I could have been a waiter. It's a small town where I was from. And I don't know. You kind of outgrow it growing up there, right? I mean, I grew up. I was born and raised. So like for me, I had to leave to find a new job opportunity. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm I'm also open to relocating for like a new adventure, maybe cheaper housing market, and things like that. Because at the end of the day, now with my son coming, I want to. Everything's for my family now, and I feel like kind of going back to your part of your life, like I feel like that's what you had to do coming from SoCal back up to the north. First off, why
yeah.
don't we just move to like Texas, bro? Or like we can move next to Lambo. He's probably fun. There's snow there. I don't know. Like, why are we staying in California even though we know that it's? I mean, okay, this is just my opinion, but I feel like California is turning into a piece of shit.
I think California is like the definition of like paycheck to paycheck. Like either you're a baller or you're thinking about moving to Texas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like either or the two extremes.
The crime is insane. Like, this is getting too political. I don't want to be political here, but like I can say it because I live
We'll
here.
keep, we'll keep it personal. We'll keep it personal,
Yeah,
right? So the reason why we decided to stay in California, obviously the whole family's here, right? Both
exactly.
sides of
Same
our
here. Same here.
and honestly, we did it in San Diego where we were pretty much by ourselves. We had one sister. Her sister was out there who helped us a whole lot when we were out there, so it made it bearable. But when we decided we lived in the house out there with her. But when we were like, hey, you know what, we're ready to just build our own stuff and like get onto like just us two lives without her. Um, it took like 2 years, but we're just like, yo, like, where are we going? Like,
Yeah.
again, for the kid family, right?
Yeah.
Like, do we want to keep renting to a point where, like, the landlord, if he decides he likes us, he won't raise our rent this year.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, he gets a better offer. He's gonna jack it up hella high, and it's just like the future is not in our hands, and that's the way I took it. Like, I don't want that feeling to where, like, I don't know where my kids. I know they'll always have a roof over their head, but where are they gonna sleep? Like, where do I have to change schools every year because the school districts? Like,
Fuck
on my chase,
school.
like, rent stuff like that. And we didn't want to do that. I'm not military, right? Like, if I was in the military, respect to all the military people in the chat
Back.
and watch. But like, if I don't have that reason, legitimate reason to have my kids feel like they're military children and they're starting a new school every school year, like, why would I put them through that? Just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we want to be stubborn and be do it on our own. And we could have, but at the same time, like, not just to the kids, but to my grandparents, they were driving from NorCal to San Diego, like,
Oh, to see the grandkids.
that. We had the only grandkids at the time, so they were doing it like every other month. Then they were getting older, so it was just like it made just the most sense. Like,
No,
let's
yeah,
move.
that makes sense. No, that makes sense, and I feel like you made the right decision too.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so I don't regret it. I do. I don't like where we live, like, per se. Like, the house in the area is nice, but
Yeah,
all the stuff we got used to in San Diego, the beaches, the hiking, all that available, like, out nightlife,
you fucked
stuff
up.
like
You dabbed into it first before you left. See, you always go to the
that.
shitty first before you go to the best. I
Home
mean,
prices.
well, accents go to Miami. I mean, I've been to Miami, but that shit's hot. I mean, it's hot here too, but in the Bay Area, it's not that bad. Um, so Lambo says just the home prices there in California. My house is 330 grand in Wisconsin. Would be at least 2 million in most of California. Yeah, that's fair. Like so the 1 bedroom condo that we have here in California is listed at almost, I think, $600,000. You know what square foot it is? 700 square
Well,
foot in a condo.
Jesus.
700 square foot. My mother has a 4 bedroom, 3 bath home that she bought in 87 or 86 or some shit like that. And she spent $110,000 on the house.
But what is it worth now? That's different. You can't say that.
Yeah,
She got an 80,
I think it's worth like almost eight.
eight. So
Yeah,
800,000 compared to
yeah,
600,000, and the difference is like a couple 3,000 square feet.
yeah, yeah. And the square foot is like 2,100.
Yeah.
So like
So three times.
yeah.
Though.
A lot of people start moving to Vegas or Seattle. Fuck Seattle, bro. Sorry to say that
Oh,
if you live in Seattle, bro.
you don't like it?
Fuck no. It's a good place
Really?
to it's a good place to eat, but to
I
live?
have a. I'm actually going there, I think, next month for work for my compliance.
Yeah, check it out. Let me know how you like it.
All right, I will.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, this is weird. But it's a good place to visit and go eat and things like that. But mm, mm. Hawaii too. But isn't Hawaii expensive as hell also?
Dude, so every time we went to Hawaii, and every person that we talked to that was Hawaiian native was like, they have to work at least 2 full-time jobs
I heard about that too, bro.
in order to survive out there. And I was like, how do you do that?
Yeah, like shit, like because I can understand why it's expensive because it's Hawaii, bro. And I heard a
Yeah.
lot of people who retire who have money go to Hawaii. But like someone born and raised there and to grow up and get your own spot and like kind of like establish yourself there, I heard it's expensive.
Heck yeah. That's what everyone told me. All the locals told me that. And that's crazy. Think about 24 hours in a day and you're working for 16 of those hours? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and speaking of Hawaii, so Hosta, me and him were supposed to meet up in Hawaii, bro. But like me and the wife were in Hawaii for her birthday last year, and he was like, "Hey, he'll be in Hawaii. Hit me up." And then I told my wife, and she's like, "No." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "He's a stranger from the internet." I'm like, "Oh, that's fair." But Hosta's cool. So, but I'm not gonna go against my wife. Like, hey, we're gonna go meet up my boy in the in a public area, whatever. But my guy here, him and a couple guys own a clothing brand, and he was like, "Hey, I'll hook you guys up." And I forget he kept sending me my address. but he said he'll give us some, like, give me some free merch so I can rock it on the channel. So
Who, Hosta?
yeah, bro, it's FAEK. Like if you Google it, it's a pretty sick brand. It's shit that me and you would fuck with.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, uh, I go to the website. It says be back soon. Oh, you guys are under maintenance. I'll go fuck myself. Um, but but
You get your free plug messed up. Get that site back up.
yeah, yeah, get the side back up. Wait, is it? Isn't it? Yeah, it's FAEK. Um, Costa, is it still going on? Because some of the hats I thought were hella clean. The shirts was dope. I just keep forgetting to fucking. I don't know. I don't want to take free shit, but if it
Hey, would you hold on real quick? Back to I just was reading comments again. Would you really consider moving to Texas?
yeah.
In your current situation, like knowing that you have a baby on the way and stuff like that, like
Yeah, bro, I could fucking buy a bigger house.
but do you know anyone out there? Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know a couple people out there.
Would you really do that? That I don't know. It sounds so insane to me. And I did a move from Northern California to Sac. I lived in Sac, Santa Rosa. I lived in San Diego. So I felt like those were huge moves. But I don't know. I don't know. It's like scary thinking to be out of state.
Oh,
To me,
totally. But like, bro, but just imagine like, cause where I live, bro, and again, I could always move outside of these hot. I call them hot spots where people live, like, are more desired to live. Like,
yeah, yeah.
if I move back to my hometown, right, I can buy a fucking fatty house for like 4 or 5, whatever, right, $500,000. But I could like what Lambo said. I mean, again, Texas is probably more expensive, but if I could buy a house the same price I can buy a big house here, like I mean, I for like a condo here, I can have like a fat 5 bedroom house. I can live on fucking acres. My kids can have that. You mean like a big space? Oh, all right, Dad. Are you done with the shower, Dad? Not yet. I'm almost done. Like, can you imagine, bro? Because the houses here are where I live, houses range from 1.6 to 2.3, and
God,
those are decent houses. They're not houses like my dream house. A dream house is
yeah.
probably like a $4 million house. I ain't gonna buy a fucking $4 million house anytime soon. So me and my wife would have to move to a place that like makes more sense, but also has good schooling and all that shit. So I'd be open to
Yeah.
it, but the biggest important thing for me and my wife right now is I want us and my son to be around my family and friends. Like that's the only thing. Unless you're
Yeah.
down to move, and if you move and to Texas, I'll go with you, bro. I think it's safer that way. And I'll move my mom and dad in, my 5th bedroom. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'd be open to it, but it'd be a long discussion.
Parents do that.
I don't know. My dad hasn't worked in like 20 years. Like my mom makes so much money that my mom just supports his ass,
Yeah.
so he'll do whatever. My mom, I don't know, maybe.
Lambo, that's the only reason why I moved back to this town that I'm in now. Is free childcare. Because fucking in San Diego, they were asking for like $800 over our rent for childcare for 2 kids. I was like, what the fuck?
Bro, so that's the thing I'm worried about too, is that my parents all live close to me. Now they're doing my wife's parents.
So fucking, I was trying to convince my parents to sell their house and move to San Diego for at least 4 years, and they wouldn't do it. Like as much as they would rather visit for a weekend every other month than to up and move. And my younger sister was moved out. My older sister, she ain't going anywhere. She's gonna live there forever.
Oh,
But
she's still
like,
there?
yeah, bro, don't let me start it with that. But like, they wouldn't because
Is she
they're
almost
established
40?
in their dude. She's anyway. Don't start with that. Come on, that's a can of
Does she
worms.
pay rent?
I think so. I mean, she better. But they wouldn't move because they're established. They're established in their church. They're established in their
Yeah, yeah,
community.
totally.
All their homies. And so like if they were gonna retire, they want to retire like around all their homies.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's fair. And all my parents' siblings, my mom has 3 others and her 3 brothers. My dad has 5 sisters and 6 brothers. You know how it is back then.
What?
Yeah, my dad has a lot. They all live in the same town. So
Oh,
I mean, maybe it'll be tough. I don't know, but I think my mom would be open for adventure. But I don't know. But if we did move, like I will lose out on family. and my friends. Like I would want my son to be around your kids, even though he'd be hella
Yeah.
younger. Like that would be something I would want. And then I want him to spit game at your daughter one day. So like,
She's so mean.
oh wait, hey, you'll see. I'm gonna train him right, dude. I'm training him right, but I'm gonna train him the right way. You know what I mean? The right way, not my way, but the right way.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be cool.
What's up, Boba? Yeah, we were talking about possibly moving to Texas, Boba. Again, you know, it's just so expensive out here, and Boba just got a house too in Texas.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's fucking fat. So like, you know, it's I don't know. California has its perks, but also has a lot of cons.
Dude, my boy just bought a house in Phoenix. Freaking his backyard opens up into a lake. And he got it for less than my house now. And I was like, fuck, man.
It's just crazy, man. Like I don't know, like I said, like the average salary in the U.S. went up 27% over the last 5 years, but the housing market has gone up 148%. That's just fucking nuts. If anything, I always thought about buying property out of state so I could just invest and then, you know, later on figure out what to do with it later. But hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'd be down to do that. Have you looked into that?
Yeah, of course.
My little bro actually he lost money in the because of COVID, but before losing the money, he was actually making a profit.
Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Real estate is a great investment. It's just cutthroat out there. But
Yeah.
Thinking about kids, also made a good point. UFC fighter. So I'm assuming his kids doing like martial arts. Do any of your kids are doing any type of like extracurricular activities like right now? Because when I was growing up, my parents put me into football, well, aka soccer, baseball, basketball, but that's it.
Do you just call soccer football?
Yeah, it's called football, bro. Chat, tell them it's called football. Okay.
All right, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I've been converted from my community. But like, yeah, like my wife's talking about like, hey, putting our son through all these things. My baby's not even here yet, but she's like, we should have him do jujitsu.
This is like the where you're from again, right? Because where you guys are at is the perfect place to have your kids in all around sports because the weather doesn't get hella bad, so they can jump from like basketball to soccer to indoor to outdoor sports is what I'm saying, right? Here, man, like I wanted the basketball season's cool, right? Because we're indoors,
Yeah.
we're inside stuff like that. But like the kids wanted to like baseball or fucking or soccer or football, all that stuff.
Wait. It's called football, and then you call it American football.
I have to say American football.
Yeah, so you said basketball, you said baseball, and then you said soccer. To say baseball, football, and then American football.
Where the fuck did the word soccer come from? Okay, if everyone is this is called football, like where the fuck did the word soccer
okay. Why do Americans call it soccer? British university students in the late 19th century nicknamed it soccer, a twist on the second syllable of association. But while British people stopped using the nickname decades ago, Americans stuck to it. Oh, it was the British.
The Brits. Cheerio. I don't get it. That doesn't make any sense. The second syllable of football is a U. Wait, did I say again?
It came from the British. God damn it, Benji. Soccer. Soccer.
Soccer. Soccer.
Soccer. Would you like to play some soccer?
Like to kick a ball around.
Ah, bloody hell. I said soccer.
Soccer cleats.
Would you?
It's called soccer? Like what? So stupid.
Oh my god.
What would you call American football? If you think about it, they don't even use their feet, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But should we call it catchball? Hey, you gonna play some catchball?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
Hella random, bro. Do you ever think about like how fucking words originated and how fucking stupid some of that shit is?
Yeah, I wonder who came up with the word shit. I always think in my head, shit. Who came up with that? Like, let's call this thing on the floor shit. Like,
Have you seen the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Yeah.
Where she goes, "My name's Latrine." She was like, "What, Latrine?" Yeah, it used to be shit house. Latrine is a shit house. Do you remember that shit? I'm sorry.
That's so
That shit.
random.
You said shit. I thought of shit house. Then I thought of latrine, and I thought of Robert Hood Men in Tights.
Oh my god.
Just store, bro, boba for real. Hey,
Wait,
you know what,
wait,
boba?
wait, wait. Is that why the bottles are different in all the stores and the pho restaurants?
Dude, they're gone, bro. Like, so my brother-in-law runs a food truck in Santa Rosa, and he is stockpiled in sriracha. So if you need some, I got the plug. I got the
Hold
plug.
on. What happened to sriracha? There's issues with supply chain.
So I know, like in Southern California, they have one of their plants, and then the community started to complain about the fucking
Oh, red jalapeno chili pepper is missing.
yeah, that too. There's a bunch of stuff going on with sriracha.
Sriracha's going for $200 a bottle, bro.
Is it really? Shut up. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm about to side hustle for a car payment real quick.
Oh my. Okay, I don't know about. I don't know about fucking $200, but it's $90,
$90 on what?
and it's some up to 100, so 150. The Walmart's for $90.
It's at Walmart for $90.
Oh my god, literally, bro, it's going for fucking $150. It's on like sites.
That's insane. Well, some places you need it, bro, for your pho.
That is nuts, bro.
That's crazy. I bet you nobody bought that freaking sriracha stock though.
But what about those restaurants who need it for ingredients?
But they use the orange top now. And when I bought that orange top one, that shit sucks.
Yeah, it's not. It's like it's not. Yeah, I tried it in pho. It's not that good. It's
It's
not.
not.
It's not that good. It's not that good.
You know, like we're Filipino, right? So it's like the orange bottle to me is like when you make a hot dog in a Filipino household and you grab the red bottle and you put it on your hot dog, you take a bite and it's banana ketchup and it's not ketchup.
Hey, I like banana ketchup though. I use that for
What do you
spaghetti.
like?
Not for a hot dog though, bro. Hey, by the way, for those who are in the U.S., I think Costco is international too. You know that Costco polished dog? You know what I'm talking about? The 199 you get a polished dog and a.
RIP. Most dogs don't exist, bro. You have to buy it by the bulk and cook it yourself now.
So they still sell it at Costco though.
Yeah.
But what we mean they don't sell it at the food place though?
No, they don't.
Why?
It's only regular. I don't know.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
That was my favorite hot dog. Now I have to buy the 30 pack and make them myself.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god.
They boil their hot dog. I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't know that, but
Like,
it's actually a lot easier to cook for a family to boil hot dogs rather than like grill them.
how long do you boil them for?
I don't know until they're done. I don't know. I just put that shit in the water and let it boil until it's hot.
Finally, Costa says finally COVID is done. Now the samples are back. I mean, COVID's been done for a couple years. Is COVID still a thing?
It's still a thing, bro.
Are people still getting COVID?
Yeah, people are getting COVID. They're just not scared of it no more.
Shit. Because back then, dude, that shit was crazy, bro. That shit was
Yeah,
crazy.
that was nuts. So hold on, Boba, where do you get your sriracha from? Trying to find a plug.
Yeah.
Boba, you got
Yeah, Boba. Do you guys have like stockpiles of sriracha somewhere? I mean, honestly, I don't really eat it that much. I don't eat tomatoes, bro. I don't like
you
tomatoes.
don't.
I don't like tomatoes, but I have to make sure my son eats tomatoes. Do your kids like vegetables?
Yeah, actually, they do.
Like they'll eat tomatoes,
They'll eat tomatoes. Yeah,
broccoli.
broccoli. Yeah.
What's a no go for them?
Um,
I don't like.
Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I mean,
This is still a hard.
yeah, I don't eat Brussels sprouts. I hate
Oh.
them. Brussels sprouts suck.
No, Hasta. Chinatown don't got it no more. Hasta. They're not putting it out on the shelves. Sriracha is on the black market officially,
Bro,
bro.
Chinatown does not have it. You know, they probably it's probably you probably think sriracha, but it's like sriracha with like 2 R's and like 3 A's.
I haven't met a kid that eats beets. Who eats beets? What do you eat beets with?
Yeah, what do you eat beets with?
For the longest time, I thought beets was a fake vegetable that was made up by Doug Funny. That show, Doug,
What's wrong
with
with
Patty
what's
Eater.
wrong with you? I know what you're talking about, but it's a
They
fake
had
vegetable.
they had that rock band called the Beats, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. It's like an acronym. It means like beating the drum and the beats. I thought that was cool, and then someone was like, "Do you eat beets? Like what the fuck? That's not a real vegetable. That's a cartoon show.
Only
Stupid."
only farmer says I found out recently it's pronounced sriracha. 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 We call it sriracha. It's sriracha. Did you know that?
No, I can eat my bullet with just salt.
Oh shit.
How,
Oh,
how do
ew.
you eat the whole thing?
Hey, okay.
Do you eat the whole thing?
All right. Does everybody know what balut is?
You don't eat.
No, bro.
I eat the juice and I eat the yolk.
It's
I
it's
can't do.
it's a it's a uh, it's a fertilized bird egg, a duck egg that's like incubated for 14 21 days. So like there's like a hold up.
It's like a dry aged steak, but with chicken.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen here, okay? No,
Don't show it, bro. Don't show it.
don't show it.
Well, show it. It's just gonna be an egg. Are you talking about you're gonna show like a fully cracked, opened up one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and show. Why would you show my fucking egg, bro?
That was the first thing I thought of.
Do I show it? Will we get like demonetized or like we'll get flagged?
We're not getting money anyway, so fuck it. Just
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, make sure chat like subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. Okay. All right. Here's a.
do it for Only Farmer. He wants to see it. He wants to try a bullet. I don't think this picture is gonna make you want to eat it. Only Farmer. It might change your mind.
Hold on. Okay. Here, I'm so scared to show you guys. Okay.
Do it.
I obviously I tried it before. All right. You see this? It's like a fertilized egg. So like it's like.
I don't know why. I can see you changing your son's diaper and just like accidentally throwing up on him.
Yeah, it's not. It's literally a fucking like bird in there. It's just not. You know.
It's like a bird in there.
It literally is a bird. Oh hell no. Oh hell. Why would you do it? So I'm gonna tell you experience. One time, my company goes, "Hey, let's do a fun thing at our company. Everybody bring a dish of your culture." I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna bring you fuckers balut." So I brought this balut, bro. So a bunch of these white people were like, "What is this?" Oh, it's called balut. It's like a duck egg. And then they were like, "Anybody want to try?" Everyone was like, "Hell no!" All right. So I said, "I'll do it." And like, I'm trying to show off. So I got it. So me and another guy were like, "Yeah, we'll do it together." And literally, bro, I bit into it. I cracked it and I bit into it. And all I could remember was like a little toenail was in my mouth. Like it was like the beer, and I threw up in the garbage can. It was the grossest shit in my life. Hey, are there feathers in the egg thing still?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it's
Only Farmer. Do you still want some after you seen that photo?
yeah.
I can't. You have to. You can't look at it before you go into it. You just gotta like go into it.
Oh, I'm not a fan. Here I'm about to eat lunch. Only Farmer, you're welcome. I hope you enjoy your lunch. I'm gonna get some burrito tacos later this afternoon. Like that's my thing.
Dude, we're about to go camping, bro, and it's about to be 108 degrees.
Wait, are you camping or are you glamping?
Camping, actual camping.
In a fucking tent?
Yeah, and the campsite has a pool. So,
what?
winning.
Is it a lake or is it actually a pool?
It's a pool.
That's not fucking camping, bro. That's you just like putting a tent next to the pool.
Outside, it's camping. Okay.
Is there showers?
Is there shower? Yeah, of course there's showers
Like locker room style showers, right?
next to the pool. Yeah,
Are you guys like staying at like a community center? Like where are where are you guys staying at? Is it a campsite?
it's a campground. Yeah,
Oh my god, bro! I hate fucking camping. I,
you hate camping?
bro, I went one time. Okay, I'll give it a short story. My wife goes, "Hey, we're going to go camping with her friends on for July 4th." Like it was like 6 years ago. It's somewhere out like in the middle of California. So we fucking go there. There's supposed to be a river next to it. Of course, there's drought, so it's all dried up. So
Oh,
it was 105 degrees. There was no showers. There was a one bathroom, and literally, bro, I was fucking miserable. Bugs were everywhere. I was in a tent, and I know me. I shower like twice a day, guys. Sometimes three, and I fucking was so miserable. I took my wife's all her wet naps from her purse and took my own little body shower in the tent.
oh my!
I was butt naked, wiping my body down with fucking wet naps.
I was actually traumatized to go camping until I became an adult because. So a quick story. When I was I think I was like 15. So imagine a teenager, right? Like a teenager with your cousins.
Yeah.
Y'all went camping. It was by a river. I think it was in Sac. For whatever the fucking reason, all the parents, right? So my parents, my cousins, my aunties and uncles, they decided to go, play in the river, right? So they're playing in the river, and they brought out fucking tabos, bro.
The
They
chat doesn't know what tabos is. I'll show you what it is.
started bringing like little random buckets, like anything they could find. They started bringing tabos, right? And they're just like, "Oh, this is so much fun," and like, and then and then one of the aunties thought it was a good idea to bring fucking shampoo into the river. So so there's fucking like 12 grown ass adults fully clothed fucking shampooing their hair in the river, and these fucking white kayakers are going by like,
Yeah, chat. So if you don't know, tabos are what people like Philippines they use. Like they put it's in their bathtubs, and they instead of using the shower or fucking like I don't know the fucking fountain thingy, whatever, they fill it up with water and they use it to bathe themselves or wash themselves.
those are fancy tabos, bro.
Yeah,
Tabos say anything, like anything that holds water. They'll just,
like like
just
like that's a tabo. So basically, so time out. You're telling me your family brought these motherfucking buckets or something to the fucking river and then just started using it and they brought shampoo in a river.
so fucking all these white people are like kayaking by, and there's like soap suds like following them, following their boat. I was like, fuck, bro, I'm not going camping ever again. It's fucking embarrassing.
Oh
Bro.
my god. Red
Holy shit.
wait, time out. There's a Supreme Tabo? wait,
Bro,
what?
go look at the price of the Supreme Tabo.
You gotta be shitting me, bro. There's
Bro,
literally a Supreme Tabo.
one of the guys in Supreme is Filipino, bro.
I know, bro, what the fuck?
It's white with the red sticker
Yeah, I
on it.
just saw that. Where is it? Supreme Tabo. Oh man, I fucking buy that if it's available. Ah, there's a fucking. Oh my god, dude, we gotta go camping one day together. But I would need a hotel.
What the fuck?
Hey, what about those airstreams? You know what
What's that?
like the trailers? Like,
Oh, you would rent one?
fuck yeah, bro! I'm not gonna buy one, bro. What the fuck? There, yeah,
Why don't we just go camping?
yeah, but yeah, we can drive this on the site. See that?
You're not gonna rent one, bro.
Oh, this is for sale. You can rent one for like $300 a day.
There's anyway. Yeah, I don't think you would do it.
I'm not gonna stay in a fucking tent. It's just gross, bro. It's just so gross, and it's too hot. I need a fan. I need a fan to sleep. I need something.
God damn it! What a great show.
Chat. We Jeffrey Redline. What you supposed to say? Come into my camper. Calm down. Calm down.
Pedophile.
All right, chat. We appreciate you guys. every week. We're here 7:30, 8 o'clock, usually our time. So we appreciate you guys for consistently coming on. Make sure to like, subscribe to the show. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so we're working our way towards there. Your support means a whole lot to us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace out, y'all. Have a good week.
Bye.